Speaking with Judgment with your host, Jonathan Mathis, the Sports Judge. Welcome back. Let's get started. Coach Prime got paid. Coach Deion Sanders and Colorado have agreed on a new 5-year, $54 million contract. Evidently, the Buffaloes of Colorado think he's best suited to lead this team, wherever the administration believe it can go. This move ensures that the foundation Coach Prime laid remains and can be seen only through a level of excellence and consistency. And we haven't been able to use those two words when talking about the Colorado Buffaloes. Flash and talent, yes, two words we can use. Pure entertainment, sure. Playmakers, yes. Big name coach, yep. A star receiver and a potential number one pick at quarterback, absolutely. But when it comes to wins and losses, which is what really matters, it hasn't been all peaches and cream, because you look at their record after a couple of seasons or so, nothing, did nothing, they've done nothing. That's the reality. Colorado is totally good with it. This program, by all accounts, wants him to continue to not only bring them some relevancy, but to continue fostering an environment that inspires growth, accountability, and ownership. This, in a way, should be celebrated and respected around football, because, you gotta say, he arrived to Boulder. He changed the culture. He changed the coaching game with the power of influence and uplifting the next generation. He made it a mission to get his players what they desire, and he's instilled some life lessons in his players. What he has emphasized built habits. What he preaches defines the culture. I think he's so cool, down to earth, very unapologetic. He's unapologetically himself, and I very much appreciate Coach Prime's character. His players, they love him and they trust him and they want to play as hard as they can for him. I want to give him a ton of credit for Colorado's football program. I have to give him credit for the effect around college football. He's the closest thing to Nick Saban. There will never be another Nick Saban, but we now have the closest thing to him in terms of popularity and being the driving force of a football program. I think we all knew the day would eventually come where Coach Prime would get paid well. But yeah, Deion is in Nick Saban territory. They're paying him equivalent with what he brings to the school. And just his presence alone puts butts in seats and gets people to commit to the program. His impact stretches generations. And while I think Coach Prime can be a good coach or is a good coach, I still think this is an insane overpay. It's an overpay for a guy who has a 13-12 overall coaching record in his 2 seasons at Colorado. Last season, the team went 9-4 and narrowly missed a spot in the Big 12 championship game. Can he lead them to a national championship? We already know he makes a legitimate impact on the entire university and that he's a brand name, and that's why he got paid. It must be said that Coach Prime is highly popular and makes an economic impact. I'm telling you, everything has manifested itself. This guy is everything for Colorado, and that's why they paid him, and that's why a lot of people feel, it's worth it. He's worth every penny in many people's eyes because of what he's done. In a short time at that university, he turned things completely around at that university. And yes, Travis Hunter is going to get drafted, and so is his son, Deion Sanders. They're most likely top 5 picks in the upcoming NFL draft, so you lose those 2 guys. But Coach Prime is going to build that program, and he's an attractive name. So Kids are going to want to play for him. Absolutely no doubt about it. He's going to get some of the best talent in the nation. We know that about Coach Prime. I think the bigger question is, can they win a national championship? And I will say, yes, even though it's an overpay, he's well deserving of his new contract. For sure. The highest paid coaches in college football, you see it right here. Kirby Smart, $13.2 million. Ryan Day, $12.5 million. Dabble Sweeney, $11.1 million. Deion Sanders sitting now at $10.8 million. I mean, and you look at Steve Sarkisian, $10.6 million. So these guys are getting paid. And Coach Prime is very well deserving of it. He belongs on this list with some of the high-profile names in the country with the exceptional job that he's done at the University of Colorado.